Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk and today we are going sourcing in Helena, Montana. Fun fact, Helena is one of the capitals I remember from elementary school. I have no idea why it's one that I remember, but I do. So if you're new to my channel, I've actually been RVing since 2017 and selling on Amazon since 2017. It's what I did, what I started to do when I took off living full-time in an RV. And I actually have not been back to Montana since we first left in 2017. So it's really nice to be back because I don't think we really saw enough of it while we were here. And last week we did Glacier National Park for the first time, so that was fun. And now I am back to sourcing. I make sure I pick our stays where I'll be in like a town that I can source. And if it has a gym, that's an added bonus, but sometimes Planet Fitness is hard to find in the rural areas. So Helena has a Planet Fitness and a lot of sourcing. So I'm gonna head out today and go sourcing. Back to school season is here, so that's the main thing I'm gonna be looking for, as well as just my everyday items. And I'll also be answering some of your questions along the way. So the first store is Walmart, where I will head to the back to school season area first because it's usually the first thing I see unless I walk in on the grocery side. But anyways, that's besides the point. I also get my boxes from Walmart. So with that, let's head over to Walmart. Okay, so here is a recap of the Walmart. Overall, it didn't do totally great, but I did get some stuff. So first up, just a reminder, do not buy Crazy Art because they issue IP complaints. And this has been something since before I even started selling, so it's ongoing for years. So here's my friendly reminder to you. If you've not known this, do not buy Crazy Art brand. So they are currently putting out the back to school still, but I did scan everything that they had there. Here's a hint on any seasonal type stuff, no matter what the season is. It's always great if you can get in at the beginning of it, like when it's hard for everyone else to find, because that's usually when the prices are higher and the profit is higher. So if you see back to school, start scanning it as soon as you see it. Another IP alert, complaint, whatever you want to call it, is the Happy Planner brand items. So do not buy those. I mean, you can buy all this stuff at your own risk, obviously, but it has been known to send people in the BOLO group some IP complaints. So if you don't want to deal with that, don't sell that brand. Now I'm testing out BuyBot Pro, and I downloaded the app yesterday and I was scanning around, and I will say that so far I am on the fence with it because it takes forever to load and who has the time to sit in the aisle that long? So I think how I'm going to use it is actually to kind of check IP stuff, and it also will tell you like how many sell a month and all that kind of stuff. So it sounds like it is going to be a really good tool, but it's not going to replace my Amazon selling app scanning just yet. If you didn't know, I use the Amazon selling app to scan in stores. So I went ahead and scanned the Happy Planner because I knew it does have IP issues, and it comes up yellow, and I probably should have researched more because I don't really know what that is. I guess yellow is proceed with caution, which is what I'm telling you right now. So it kind of matches. Here is a real-time screenshot of how long it takes to process. So here is when I scanned the product, and then it does its whole processing, and while that is loading, I'm going to keep on talking. So I scanned pretty much every name brand item on the 3.5 aisles of school supplies, and I only found one thing. And most of the stuff there right now is like $1 or $2 profit, and as you know, I stick to my $5 profit rule. It has to make $5 profit or it's not worth my time to buy it, send it in, because the $5 buffer really gives me room. If the price should drop, I still might make $2 or $3 instead of, you know, nothing. Now watch out for the BIS category. Here's what it looks like. It is a miscellaneous nonsense category, so don't buy anything in BIS because it probably won't sell. Now, the one item I did find was a lunchbox, and here is a cool thing about BuyBot Pro. Now, normally, when I would list stuff in store, so I've already listed this, and actually, I've only been here an hour and 2 of them have already sold, so that's cool. I listed them FBM, that's how they sold. So anyways, when I make my SKUs at home, I can do my break-even price because I use RevSeller, but I can never do that when I'm listing FBM in stores. But now BuyBot Pro actually gives you the break-even price, so I was able to make my SKU using that. So I guess I am kind of liking it. I forgot to say that the link is below if you want to try BuyBot Pro out for yourself. I am seeing the pros of it. I wish it didn't take so long to scan and that I could only use one scanner, but... So after that, I headed over to the clearance aisle, which they had a very good clearance aisle, so I was scanning that for a bit. And then I did find some stuff on clearance, and then I headed over to toys. So I always am scanning toys year round, and right now it is still pretty empty on shelf there, but I did find a couple toys that were on clearance, and then I scanned them on Walmart app to see if they were even less, and guess what? They were only $2 instead of $7 and $5, so that was a great find. I got 6 to test out because they are a little bit higher rank. And fun fact, I had to scan the front of these. When you scan the barcode, they don't show up. Now, I might have showed you what it is, I might not have, because if they haven't sold by the time this video comes out, well, I'm not going to show you what they are. I just wanted to show you the Walmart hidden clearance. If you ever hear anyone talking about that, it's when you scan using the Walmart app to check the price. Now, it is a good thing to do on any clearance because it might be even cheaper. And the reason I went to the Walmart app in the first place is because they almost made $5, and I was like, maybe they're cheaper, and so they were. When you're out scanning, you always want to scan stuff that says new or that looks different. So in the toy aisle, I scan stuff that says new, and then I also, like this Peppa Pig Baby Alive doll is 2 brands mixed together, and to me that says it's going to be hot, although it's not currently on Amazon right now, but I did Google search it and it is on eBay, so I mean that's a pretty good indicator. I did not buy it because I'm not a seller who likes to buy stuff and hope that it might sell or hope that it'll have a listing. I mean, you could even create the listing if you want. I don't ever do that. But anyway, so I left it there just because that's the kind of seller I am, but if you're the kind who wants to take a risk and try it, by all means. I'm pretty sure, unless it's like widely available, that one seems like it's probably going to be a hot toy. While I was scanning stuff that looks different and new, here is another example. I walked by an end cap that had these and they look different. I've never seen peanut butter like that. So I went ahead and scanned it. I'm gated, but you can see it does make money. So just another reminder to scan stuff that looks new and different. And lastly, Walmart is changing their boxes again. So they no longer fold flat and nice. Now they have like a longer side and a shorter side. But anyways, just a heads up that you cannot get the biggest box, which is now 26 inches. I don't even think it existed. I think there was only 3 sizes and now it looks like there's 4. So you want it, the large size is still fine because it's 24 inches. The longest any box can be on the side is 25 inches, so 24 is perfectly fine. But just a heads up that Walmart is changing their boxes, and if you didn't know the box requirements, well, that's them. In Walmart, I got some toys, some beauty items, were all on clearance, and some school supplies, lunchbox, which is currently selling, so that's awesome. If you need help getting ungated in toys, as always, I have my toy guide, I have my topical guide, and I have the premium guides. Whatever you need help getting ungated in, all the guides are below, along with a community to help support you on your Amazon selling journey. So now I'm going to head over to Big Lots because someone asked me if I would source Big Lots, and honestly, I'm not a fan of Big Lots. I feel like I walk around and I don't ever find a whole lot. Also, their toys are ridiculously expensive, which is so weird. They are more than like Walmart or Amazon prices. And I think it's like trying to get parents or grandparents or whoever to think like, oh, the toys are cheap at Big Lots. They are not. Sometimes you will find them, but for the most part, they are expensive. Anyways, I'm gonna head to Big Lots and I'll fill you in on how that goes. In Big Lots, I go to the grocery usually first because it's right there. I scan the coffee, I scan like cake mixes, that kind of stuff. Then I go to home. I did pet supplies today, and I also did toys. Now with beauty and grocery and anything that has an expiration date, you want to make sure to check it because like they have good coffee here, but it expires, so you'd probably have to do it FBM. Either way, I didn't get it because it wasn't worth it, but it's a Starbucks coffee, K-Cups, which hint, they sell everywhere, so if you can find it for cheap enough to make a profit at like Albertsons or Safeway or Kroger, whatever, there's so many regional, whatever grocery store you're at, definitely Starbucks K-Cups are a great place to start. The Topical guide that I have for ungating helps you with Starbucks. Speaking of, so you always want to request approval in the app when you're out scanning because you never know, you might get approved. Now I didn't, and this is like the 5th time today that I've requested approval. I always ask for it because, hey, I might be approved and now I can buy this thing and make a profit. Now if you see something like this, which is what I got, that means you are not approved and you have to have an invoice. Now if you've done the ungating guides and you have your invoice, I do not recommend submitting it through the app. I recommend going through the desktop version because the app is glitchy, and with those kind of things you want it done right the first time hopefully, so just do it in the desktop version is my recommendation. Here's a couple of finds. So this is a pet food item that I found. I don't know why they are so much, but you know, my cats love them, so maybe that's why. Or maybe they're not making the brand anymore, who knows, but either way, here's one. And here is a kitchen find. Now the rank is a little too high for me, so I didn't get it, but it's here at Big Lots. There's actually quite a few kitchen stuff, especially if you don't necessarily mind if Amazon is on the listing. There was a bunch of glasses, and I remembered why I don't come to Big Lots very often. It feels dirty, first of all. My hands feel gross. I need to go wash them. But also, they're price tags, so sometimes they have them where it's just printed on it. Now if it's like this one, you can use a Sharpie over it and then go ahead and put your FNSKU label right over it, but if you can't get it off or you can't cover it, then I just don't buy it. And then also just price tags in general. I found some toys, none that I bought, but some that made $1 or $2, and of course some that were more expensive here. Anyways, I'm gonna head over to the next store and hopefully grab something to eat because I'm starving. I did pretty good in there. First thing is backpacks. Backpack season is here. Now I know when you're watching this it's going to be a couple weeks from now, but it'll still be here. Backpacks sell into September and even in through Christmas, especially like little kids style backpacks. But things like Adidas and Jordan, those things will sell year round, so definitely be scanning all of the backpacks. If you need help ungating in Jordan, Adidas, Hurley, Under Armour, that is part of the premium brand guide if you want to get that. So here's a couple that I found. I'm just going to flash right now. Some I'm going to show you, some I'm going to blur. Backpacks is going to take your biggest poly bag. You do need to poly bag them. It's the 18 by 24 inch poly bag, and you can get it off of Amazon. That's where I get mine. As always, all the supplies I use for selling on Amazon are always linked below in every video, so you just click down there, the details of the video, and I'll have all the links. Even the promo codes, affiliate links, all that kind of stuff is always below. Now you have to scan every single backpack, and it does take a while, and of course the first area of backpacks, the internet, the cell service in there just really sucked, so that took way longer than it probably needed to, but I did scan them all. Someone asked me which Topical brand I would recommend getting ungated in, and honestly, I mean, it ebbs and flows. Like sometimes I'm buying a lot of Olay, sometimes I'm buying a lot of Neutrogena. It goes like what's clearing the shelf and that kind of thing. Now here's the thing with Topical, I would just get ungated in Topical because that alone opens up so much more for you. And then there might be some brands that you still need to get ungated in down the road, but those sometimes they auto ungate, and then sometimes you can, I mean, if you're finding enough, you can go back and purchase that brand to get ungated. But I would just start with the Topical personally, the whole category, and see what's restricted after that. Another question I got asked was, how do I deal with employees and customers while sourcing? There's not really anything to deal with. Sometimes customers get in the way, but I just either wait them out or move around and come back to the aisle when they're clear of it. Employees are never really a problem anywhere. I mean, maybe at Target, but even then it's not really a problem. Sometimes they ask you what you're doing. Sometimes they ask you if you just need help, like a regular customer. So I don't really have any problems with them. A couple people asking how to get started. Now, honestly, you can just get started. You can open your Amazon account and just go through the process. But if you want my help in my step-by-step process, guiding you through the whole process, plus the community of sellers, that's what my beginner FBA training course is. It's called Beginner FBA, but it's actually FBA, FBM, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, everything you need to know to sell on Amazon, doing the retail arbitrage model. So that's available to you if you want to grab it. Again, all the links are always below. I think I spent about $500 in there, maybe a little over. And recently someone asked me how much do I spend every week, and it really varies. It's like on a low week, it'll probably be $1,000 to $1,200. This week it's pretty low week. I'm not finding a whole lot. And then like during Q4, I can spend upwards to $3,000, $4,000. I would say on average it's probably $2,000 to $2,500 every week. Again, I use credit cards. I just got a new one that's gonna give me Marriott rewards points, so then hopefully I'll have free hotel stays. And since I pay it off every month, I'm not paying any extra money, I'm just gaining all those points. So anyways, random note, but I do use credit cards now. I didn't in the past. Last thing about TJ Maxx and stores in general is fall stuff is starting to come out. The pumpkin stuff is here, you guys. So definitely scan it as soon as you've seen it. Same as back to school. So I scanned a bunch of pumpkin stuff in there. Sometimes you have to type it in. It takes a little longer, but it might be worth it. Talking about you, kitchen towels. So yeah, if you want more help on Q4, what I've sold in the past, what I recommend you scan and source, where to source, how to source for every holiday during Q4, I have my guide. Again, links are below. So now I'm gonna go over to Ross and Target. It's kind of a blah day because I'm not finding a whole lot. So, and it's hot as heck out. I think it's like 95. I'm currently dying here sitting in the car recording this, but yeah, so might do some retail therapy over at Target while I'm shopping for retail arbitrage. Oh yeah, I'll check in a little bit. Alright, so I just did Ross and Target. So at Ross, first of all, there's backpacks there, so definitely scan them. But you want to make sure that everything is new and in new condition, no matter what it is. But this backpack is a great example. It's all dirty, so you're going to have to clean it off if you want to list this. This is why we have to polybag everything, because this is what the customer would get it like out of the warehouse. Amazon warehouses, also dirty. So that's why you want to polybag anything that the actual product is showing. While I'm on backpacks and lunchboxes, I totally forgot to tell you that everything that I listed FBM from Walmart this morning, 6 lunchboxes, all sold, so that's awesome. At Ross, I got a couple toys, so here's one I found because I was gonna share it in the BOLO group, and I blurred it now because of that, because when I went to search the BOLO group, it had already been shared. Someone beat me to it. So anyways, if you wanna know what it is, it's in the BOLO group, but here's one example of some toys at Ross. At Target, I also just got all toys. To be fair, I was a little tired and over the day, but I spent $140 on toys, ended up being less than that because Target has a current circle offer where you save $25 if you spend $100. And I had over $100 of toys, so that was great. If you shop at Target, you always want to have the circle app because you never know what kind of deals you might see, and they do this a lot all through Q4, so that was awesome. And yeah. Now I am going to go home and pack this all up. Actually, I might go sourcing again tomorrow because there's some stores I didn't hit that take a little more time. But anyways, I will fill you in on all the details when I get back. So I got it all packed up and sent out, and overall this was a smaller shipment, probably one of the smaller shipments I've done lately, but it was a pretty decent profit one for the size of it. I didn't find a whole lot while I was out sourcing, and honestly, it happens sometimes. It sucks, but it is just like a one-off. It happens and it'll come right back up. It's only temporary, so if it happens to you, don't freak out. Just get right back out there next week and keep going. It actually worked out perfect that it was small because I was also learning how to use Inventory Labs to send a shipment. So it was my first time ever doing it. It was great that it was a smaller shipment because that just made it so much easier. I wasn't frustrated and overwhelmed with the amount of stuff, which sometimes happen. Like if you saw my Rolo video, I had a huge shipment and trying to learn something new, and it's just a lot. Plus I was trying to film it. But anyways, so it worked out great. Inventory Labs is super easy. I don't know why I thought it was so hard because it isn't that hard. I think they just name stuff weird, and so it's not intuitive. So it's like list and prep means, you know, start your whole shipment process, and then at the very end it sends it all to Amazon and I print my shipping labels there. Now I'm not an expert by any means. I've only done it once at this point, so just all that to say that a small shipment didn't really hurt. So let me show you how the profit all shook out. So overall, I had mostly toys for this shipment, and you'll see here I spent $700 on the cost of goods, and my estimated profit for this is $740, so about just over 100% ROI. So overall, I mean, not that bad for a kind of lackluster day of sourcing. Toys, like I said, was the most. I had 29 units for $300 profit, or 41% of my total shipment. Then I had beauty items, household items, 14 of those, a couple grocery, and 2 backpacks because it is back to school. So I went ahead and did it by my highest profit. So one of the toys I got was $9.99, and it was $33 of profit. Just one toy, and when I scanned it, I was like, there's no way. It's like a little plush item, but it's a rare from a cartoon on Netflix, I think it is. So anyways, that was a really great find. Then I also had another toy that was only $6 and $26 profit. A backpack that's $20, $25. So you can see here my little breakdown of everything. But overall, definitely worth a trip sourcing that week, even though it was not as good. I did learn something new. So I hope this video was helpful or entertaining or any of that. If you need help getting started selling on Amazon from the beginning, step by step, I have my beginner FBA selling course, so you can take it along with hundreds of other sellers who are going through it. We have a support group, as well as the 14 module course that walks you through the whole entire process from no account to running business reports for your Amazon selling business. So that's available to you, as well as my ungating guides or the BOLO group. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here for another Amazon selling video.